Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to make a showcase video and it's going to be a fun time and I'm going to give as good advice as I possibly can. This is a newer account, so I'll give a little bit extra details and whatnot. So let's get right to it. So this is the account. The server is brand new, it's on its 7th day, so it's server 1643. This game has so many servers. But from just looking at this, looking at Whip 9, looking at this battle rating, you have kind of made a little bit of a mistake. Not with your recharging, I'm sure you've done a great job putting the resources where you need them. But the thing is, all the events at the first 7 days, even first 14 days sucks. You don't have the same events as all the other servers. Because in all the other servers, sometimes there's like you can recharge 400 topaz and you get like 300 eternal shards of each piece. And you can do like that 3 times and you'll have like 1500 eternal shards, which equals to 15 sets of eternal gear in just 1200 topaz by recharged. So the thing about these beginning events is that the game is tricking you to... Hi Athena, not that I'm Athena, just saying that. The thing is about these beginning events, they're only giving you shit, basically, and then later on they're doing the normal events, which is obviously way better. Like you can recharge 2000 topaz and you get 4000 topaz just randomly like that. So the downside about you recharging this much right here in the first 7 days, it's not your fault. You didn't know that the events will get better, like insanely much better. They just make these new servers events seem very good while they're not. But other than that, now you know. So whenever you're going to spend, please do it when the real events are there, and you will know when they are there. It will be like, yeah, it will be way better than this. I can tell you that much. Yeah, it will just, this is nothing, basically. It's just you're getting shit. Anyway, let's get right over to the event and let's look away from the amount you recharged, because again, it wasn't your mistake. It was the game tricking you into doing it that early. Because with Whip 9 you can probably get like over 1 billion or 2 billion battle rating over a long time, so kind of putting into perspective that you only got 13 million. The game is still great though. I advise you obviously to continue. So you're running with your main at 1.6 million bat rating. You have a Pam at 4.8, then you have a Dora at 1.5 million, Moira at 3.2 million, and 1.4 million Flora. So what I can already see is you don't have a 1 hero build. That's a very useful thing to have, especially in this game, because you are mostly as strong as your main hitter. Say you face someone at 200 million bat rating. They have all their heroes at like, well, I mean, I guess 250 million. Say you face someone at 250 million bat rating, right? Just making sure I'm recording. They have all their heroes at 50 million bat rating. You could most likely kill all of them with, if you say you had the same bat rating and you had 100 million bat rating Pamela and the rest was lower bat rating, you would easily kill that person. So focus mainly on your main hero. I always suggest picking a main hitter early as hell, very early on, and focusing all your resources into it, all the gear, all the relic stats, all the runestone stuff, everything. Focus everything into that hero. Make that, say you have 1 billion bat rating, make that one hero have 900 million bat rating, and the rest of your team is just there to support that hero. For example, Dora, when you have her at +7, she'll reduce the rage generation of enemies, making them rage scale less, and you could have a Liz improving your rage. You could have an Antina improving your max HP for your Pamela, of course, if she is your main hitter. So I really do suggest focusing everything into one hitter, because you'll do way better than anyone with a balanced team. Even anyone with remotely close to balanced, you'll kill because you have a 1 hero team. So that's the main thing I can advise with that. Another thing I can advise is, if you're going to continue spending, whip 9, I know it's a bit. If you're going to continue spending, when the real events appear, there will be offered artifact heroes. I really do suggest getting... I love Tia, but I suggest you getting Eureka. I do suggest you getting, let's see here, her. Whenever she appears, she will appear pretty early on during either Tycoon or something. You'll definitely know where you'll see her in events when she comes, when the real events comes, and not these beginning events. Like, what even is that? Exchange? Like, I don't understand. Spectacular voucher? Well, why not? But to get her early on, and I suggest making Dora +7. I suggest getting a list, and I suggest getting an Athena, and having your Eureka to be your main focus. Then you'll put all your resources into everything, all the primal crystals you'll need to evolve her. You don't need copies of her, so don't get more than 10 shards. Artifact heroes are automatically evolved, meaning you only need primal crystals to upgrade them to +20, and you're not limited by your level as well. So I really suggest getting an Eureka, and the rest support heroes, as I mentioned earlier. And your main, that's a good skill to use for your main. It will buff your Eureka even more. And I really do suggest there will come out very cheap artifact relics as well for a 400 Topaz recharge. Get those, use the stats, attack, damage bonus, agility, and lifesteal on the attack relic as the random stats. And as for the shield, well, I guess Mystic Hourglass, I suggest getting I don't know, do you want a dodge build? A dodge build is always very fun. I could advise you towards the dodge build on Eureka. Could be fun. I think we're going for a hit build though, to be safe. So get a HP damage reduction, rage per turn and HP per turn random stat on your Mystic Hourglass. These are so cheap in comparison to what you have recharged, it's like nothing. Artifact Relics is the highest quality, of course. As for your runes, you should also get fusion runes pretty easily. So I guess I can advise you what fusion runes you should use whenever you get that. You can save up and work for them right now. So what you'll need is all the fusion runes: attack, hit, agility, crit, HP dodge, and defense end. As for the singular runes, you should want to have attack, agility, HP, and hit, and or crit. Hit and or crit. If people dodge you, then get hit. If people don't dodge you, then get crit to deal more damage. So yeah, I'm just giving you advice for the future right now, because you're in the very early stages. You're with the crap events. When the events gets better, you'll do very well. And I think it's at the 8th day they get better, and or the 15th day, but I think it's the 8th you get all the normal events. So this crap stuff should soon be done. But for what you've done in the first 7 days, you've done a very good job. Full Eternal set in the first 7 days. You've done a good job with what you've spent. The only downside is the events aren't the best. So you were limited by bad events. That's what you were limited for. As for the future runestone, I guess I can give you tips on that as well. So just say, let's pretend that is a wind runestone, right? I suggest going this way right here first, with all your inscribe points. Then we go up here. Then we go up here. The reason I'm choosing all of these is because it's elemental attack. It's the strongest thing you can get from that entire thing. Then I actually suggest getting that. Then I suggest getting let's see here, suggest getting these 3 and then this. And then even these, because these are very useful for you. So just follow the order I'm doing right now. Once you're above 44 points, contact me and I will give you a picture of even more. So yeah, that's a little bit of a tip with the runestone dealio right there. So yeah, let's take a look at other than your gear. So you have artifact gear, not artifact, you have eternal gear. Also, artifact gear will be very cheap, so you can easily get that. I suggest during those recharge events, recharge 400 for 500 shards. I think it's maybe 500 or 300. May actually be 500 shards of each eternal piece, like it's 500 of those, 500, 500, 500. I suggest getting full 6-star gear very early on your main hitter. I suggest focusing on weapon above HP, weapon, belt, helm and armor. That's the order I suggest you follow. The reason being is attack is the most important, in my opinion, especially for a hitter. HP is the second most important. Magical defense is good against ultimate attacks, and physical defense is good against normal attacks. That's why that's the fourth focus. As for these things, I always suggest keeping this around 3 stars higher than the HP relic. Yeah, that, and as for upgrading heroes and whatnot, I of course suggest focusing every single system you can imagine. Focus on your main hitter to max, preferably until you focus on others. For example, this, make her R15 and have these at R5, for example. And or R16, I guess now is the new height. So augment 12, augment 5, augment 4, augment 7, augment 11. Very good, very good. Upgrade is nice, a nice job on attack, and I'm really a fan of your augmenting. R11 this early on, but the crap events you've been getting, you've done a very good job with what you've done. Let's see here. Origin power, there's not much to look at. Animate level 1, level 3, level 2, level 3, level 1. Yeah, even animate. Every single system you can. Every single system, focus on your main hitter. Every single system there is. I'll tell you from all the systems. Every system here, animate, upgrade, origin power, augments, evolve, whatever. Everything, focus on your main hitter first. And make them maxed before even considering. You can upgrade the others, say R5, upgrade 5. It takes like a few hundred blessed stones. You can do that. But don't focus on them above that and let the main hitter be your main focus. Make your main hitter your team. Your team is your main hitter. Think about it that way. Your squad is your main hitter. When it comes to equipment, you have all these grades right here, grade 1, grade 1. I suggest focusing on, again, sword first, belt second, helmet fourth, and, no, third, and armor fourth. I can't speak. Same goes for enchanting it and making it artifact, which again will be very cheap in comparison to what you've spent so far. But don't feel bad, I'm whip 13 at like 4 billion bat rating, and that's... People at whip 13, they are like 50 billion, 60 billion bat rating, so... I paid early on when the events was bad. Now all the events are good, so whenever you're done with this 7-day carnival stuff, you'll get very good events and you'll get a lot for your money if you're going to recharge more. But I suggest don't get too carried away, because this game is a pit hole. Like, there's no bottom to it, so it's a pit hole for money basically. It'll never it will always keep you wanting to recharge. I did that mistake, so yeah, just a little FYI, a little bit of a tip, I guess. So yeah, focus on sword. Say you have this at grade 8. You have you have this at grade 8. You have this at grade 5. You have, or grade 6. You have these at grade 3 or grade 4. You need say 3000 grade essence to upgrade it even more, right? Instead of okay, say you need 8000 to upgrade it. 8000 grade essence. You have 3000. You can of course upgrade this in the meantime and then just rebirth it when you have enough grade essence completed with what you get from this and what you have to upgrade your sword. So it's easy to use this as a placeholder while you're saving up more to be as strong as you can at all times. Just a little good thing to think about when it comes to focusing on things. Placeholders is awesome. Placeholders is amazing. If you need too much and you have some, use some on this. Just rebirth it and then upgrade together once you have saved up enough for the full upgrade. Hopefully you understood that. Other than that, very good job on full eternal gear. That's amazing in the first 7 days. I could have never done that. Well, I guess I could have if I recharged, but like, it's a very good. It's very good. I'm very happy that you've done that, and you have a lot of eternal shards as well for sword. When it comes to here, I suggest again focusing on weapon the most, belts the second most. I always like having these kind of equal. This like tier 7 and this tier 7 for example, and these tier 5 or tier 6. But keeping all of these is, yeah, swords requires twice as much. That's why belt is may as well be very good to keep. And this also gives you dodge or end. Yeah, the helm is giving you dodge, but it's whatever. Yeah, but you do need 6-hour gear to be able to ascend to artifact gear, so get as much shards as you can from those events. Yeah, I suggest doing that. When it comes over to relics, again, focus on engrave, more finish engrave on your main hitter, and you can upgrade on others as placeholders when you're saving up relic crystals, for example, and just rebirth the relics. What's good about this game is you can rebirth about everything except for your main character. You can rebirth most things, and that's amazing because that means you can always have made a lot of mistakes and you can easily fix them by just rebirthing the item. So yeah, just a little FYI, I guess. As for your runes, I've talked about that, what you should use in your Eureka, but for your Pamela right now, you're actually using decent runes. You're using good runes. I would maybe change that for like hit and or crit. I guess crit and or hit. If people dodge you, then hit. If people don't dodge you, then crit. Kind of like against every enemy. Some people dodge you, just put in a hit rune there, and some people don't dodge you, just put in a crit rune. It's kind of, if people dodge, crit. If people don't dodge, no, if people dodge, hit rune. If they don't dodge, crit rune. There we go. Hopefully that helped. As for enchantment, I've talked about that as well. I've talked about what stats you should use there as well. Lifesteal would be, what's it called? Yeah, lifesteal is absorbs damage dealt as HP. You see that? Absorbs 14.1%. I'm sure you already know that. So awesome. When it comes to mounts, just use where is it? Use this one for your grayscale for your Pamela. Very good. I like that. That's a lot of rage. Use that until you get like a Vermilion Hawk and or Ember Dragon. I suggest getting a Vermilion Hawk before that. So yeah, Vermilion Hawk, go for that whenever you can. But that's a tycoon thing. It'll take a little bit longer. I guess it's a bit slower to get, but this is the perfect placeholder because it's an amazing mount for being what it is and for being how easy it is to get. So next mount, Vermilion Hawk or some artifact mount. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. The best activated skill mount is actually this. Moonlight Carriage, hand in hand. That's an insane skill. Also, you have skill level R10, level 4. That's amazing. So you've done a lot with what you can. I'm very happy that you've done what you can with what you've been given. Here, again, focus only on one hero. Get these to Dragonfire. Mythic armaments is super cheap. Again, in comparison to what you can pay, I guess. Because you're from Norway, we can pay a bit, you know? Sometimes. It depends. But yeah, just get artifact ones whenever you can. Not artifact, they're a bit more expensive. But you can easily get Dragonfire ones from different events. Again, you may ask me, what events is this? Just log in every day and look at the events and you can easily find out yourself. Oh yeah, there's an event offering a Dragonfire. You'll most likely know it more than I do. because I don't recharge anymore, and besides, it's as easy as opening a Rise and clicking on the events and seeing if they offer it. So there's no need to ask me, hey, when should I expect this event, because it's not, I can't really explain it to you. But you could join the Discord server. There's many very experienced players there who should know kinda what the events, they can estimate what kind of events are coming. So you could do that. You can ask like, hey, should I expect like a wheel of should I expect like a Destiny wheel soon, for example? That's one of the events. And also ask the chat always in Discord, ask, well, most of the times, unless you know it's a good deal. Oh man. Oh, sorry. Bless me. Ask them if it's wise to recharge on that event, because they know if it's wise or not. Don't spend unnecessarily much for something that you can get for a better price, unless you're a bit impatient and it's not the worst deal in the world. But if it's like a very bad deal, then obviously don't go for it. Just an FYI, I guess, for your information. And here, make this R8. These no higher than R5. This R8 as well, so both of these can be R8. Then this R10. Then you can make this R10. Then you can make these R8. And then you can make this R12. Then you can make this R12, and these R9, R9, R10, R10, R11, R11, R12, R12. And that's a little bit of a FYI for amounts, for your information. You only have a Garuda. Mythic pets, artifact pets is relatively easy to come by, I guess. Suggest getting Baby Flipper as deploy. If you can't get artifact pets, I suggest using Asaurus as deploy. And yeah. Then I suggest, if you can't get artifact pets, I suggest using Disingrace, and I suggest using Disingrace, and this guy in Grace as well. And if you even have one more Disgrace slot, this one. But I suggest trying to get artifact pets. They're also very cheap in comparison to what you can pay, I guess. So, but if you can get this, the higher the quality, the easier bath rating you get. The artifact pets is obviously best in Grace. As for pet gear, I suggest using full dragon set pet gear. It's the best for your pet. And I suggest leveling up this one first, because it will make your pet deal more damage to the enemies. Yeah, this one right here, you see? That one, yeah, like that one, it's lighting under. Yeah, because that's, what's it again? It's something, is it horn? Is it a horn? I don't even know what name it is, but whatever it is, I know that's the one you need to upgrade the most. Continue to focus on Awaken, it is what it is. Grace again, just get the pets for it, and there we go. When it comes to soul arms, I suggest getting this one. I also suggest getting Divine Reaver, and I also suggest getting this one and even this one. Upgrade the third skill on all of them, enhance skill, upgrade stat skill on all of them, a lot. The third skill is always better. This third skill makes you have a chance to be immune to damage and or death, immune to death. And this has a chance to cure all debuffs, and the higher you upgrade it, the more chance you have. And this just immunity to negative effects, like, and this reduce enemy rage very much. But if you can get artifact soul arms, I actually don't have too much experience with that. But I know getting these is insane. They give so insanely much dodge. It's amazing how much dodge they give. And this shield is like an upgraded version of this shield. So definitely get that whenever you can. And use the shield whenever you think you're going to die. Use this one whenever you think people are going to rage kill, and you can use this to prevent them from rage killing. Use this when later, and use this when you know you're going to die, because then that will save you if you have the luck and the third skill nicely upgraded. So yeah, but if there's anything you're curious about any of these systems, I may not have gone in detailed enough. The Discord chat is so damn useful. We have a Legion of Angels help chats there. Just ask, they will answer. I may answer if I'm on. So yeah, if there's anything I've missed or not covered, just go over there. But I guess I can tell you a little bit about your main. Get Enraged Might and Pacifying Aura. This comes from, let's see here. It comes from here, and it comes from here. So there you go. You know that. That's good. That's good. That's good. And yeah. As for evolving your main, it's not really necessary because your main will not be your main focus either way. So what's the point? But you can do it when it's like. It doesn't matter, but if you evolve early, then you will be a lower evolution level, and yeah, the higher you wait, the longer you wait, the higher automatic evolve level you are. The thing about that though is your main you can't rebirth, you're screwed if you evolve too early, if you somehow want to evolve later. But these, if you evolve her at +11, she'll be evolution level 0. You can just rebirth her and get the evolution core back and augment higher and get a cheaper upgrade. Because it's cheaper to augment than to evolve, so I always suggest... If you say you have her at +11, right? And you evolve her, she's evolution level 0. Then you save up another 4 Moiras. You can rebirth her, make her +12, and then re-evolve, and then she'll automatically be evolution level 1. So hopefully you kinda get what I'm saying there. Let's now take a look at the runestone system. I've already talked about that. Focus mainly on your main hitter. It's kinda like that for everything. Here, get a 6-star card easily. It's going to be easy for you. Get a 6-star card, upgrade that, and you can get a 2-star card. Yeah, 6-star cards take 6 slots, 2-star takes 2, and there's a 3. And there's 1s, and I suggest getting skeleton mages because those are the best for 1s, and you can see the quality here, like this is 1, and the higher stars, it doesn't mean they're stronger, but the 6-star gives you the respawn ability to spawn into a dragon after you're dead, so kinda cool. So you can technically have 3 lives because you can respawn with artifact armor as well, chestplate. I suggest getting the artifact chestplate first, maybe. Either that or the sword. Those are the most important ones to get artifact first, and then the belt, and then the helm. Just another for your FYI. I don't know why I keep repeating myself here. Kind of whatever. Just upgrade at the speed you do. Here, suggest upgrading this before everything, if possible, because this gives the best skills. Then this is actually quite good as well. Increase initial rage, it's quite useful. And then this. So this, this, and this. As for here, this is completely new, but I suggest doing Scorner first, and then this one, and then this one. There we go. As for leveling it up, it again focus on this one the most. There we go. Yeah, hopefully you did get a lot of useful information from there. I will also just go through quickly what runes you should use on artifact relics on your healer, for example. And I guess I'll say like support. Suggest using all the fusion runes of course, alongside attack, HP, defense, and end on Athena. And I even suggest using that on this. And on Dora, I suggest using a water runestone, because that gives dodge. On Athena, an earth runestone, and on Liz, a wind runestone. And on Dora, I suggest using all the fusion runes. Let's just pretend that you have all artifact relics, because they're damn easy to get whenever you can. Then use all the fusion runes alongside attack. Attack is important to have on all heroes, just saying. Attack, HP, dodge, and defense, and or end. It's up to you, whichever you want. And just another thing, I guess, if you need placeholders, say you don't have all the fusion runes, just use defense or end or HP or agility or attack or whatever useful extra rune while you can. But it's useless to have crit on Dora because she's not a hitter, for example. So on support heroes, crit is very useless. But hit can be good, and the rest can also be good. So crit on support heroes, not necessary. On your main, crit is also not necessary. And yeah, that's, you don't need hit rate either for that skill right there. And yeah, just a little FYI, I guess. I've said that word too much. I don't normally say that word ever, and now I'm all of a sudden saying it all the time. Commentary, it can make you weird. But as for this skill right here, your main is not going to be your main hitters. It's not necessary. I suggest getting a good skill from a cheap outfit. I suggest getting Ice Storm. That will reduce enemies' rage while you hit, and then you can get some hit runes. And say you have that, then I suggest getting attack, hit, agility, and HP alongside all the fusion, and that on both relics. As for the random stats, let's pretend this is your Athena. Let's pretend that's your Athena. Why not? Then you, what skills what do you do? You do HP damage reduction, HP and rage per turn. HP per turn, rage per turn. As for here, you should get attack, agility, damage bonus, lifesteal. And here, let's pretend this is your list. You can actually get attack, hit rate, lifesteal and agility. As for her shield, it would be the same as the Athena. HP, damage reduction, HP per turn and rage per turn. And let's pretend, well, this is your Dora, so I suggest making her a dodger, so I suggest using dodge rate, rage per dodge, HP per turn, and rage per turn. That's a little bit of a tricky one, isn't it? Good you have this video to look back at. And then you have agility, attack, damage, and lifesteal. She doesn't need to hit to reduce enemy's rage with her secondary normal skill. As for your Eureka, I've already explained about that, if you're going to get her, of course. Now I'm making this assuming you're going to make her. If you're going to make a Pamela, I suggest basically using the same stats with a Wind Runestone, because Pamela is as good as you can make it from an artifact, from a mythic hero. But I really do suggest getting Eureka or Tia. If you see a good Tia deal, by all means, get her. Even an Isha is good, but either Eureka, Tia or Isha. All of them will be offered relatively cheaply, maybe $100 for one or so, so it's not too bad in comparison, again, to what you've recharged. But yeah, hopefully that was a little bit enlightening. If there's any more questions you have, just let me know. And that's about it for now. I would like to thank everyone for watching this video. Hopefully a lot of new people are also watching this video, kinda giving them an idea what they should build towards and whatnot. But this is it for me. I want to thank everyone again for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Have a good one, and goodbye. Like and subscribe as well. Did I say that? I don't know. I'm bad at it.